dinner and the wonderful food served to us by the folks here at UB, and just a great way to get what is a wonderful evening off and running. So we figured it's just about time to get this program moving forward. And this is, and I want to welcome everyone to one of the best nights of the year on the UB sports calendar. It is time to honor the 44th class of inductees to the Gasiewicz Family UB Athletics Hall of Fame. I'm Voice of the Bulls. Thank you. I'm Voice of the Bulls, Paul Peck, and I'll be your master of ceremonies for this evening. This group of 6 athletes earned their way into this hall by being stronger, quicker, faster, and better. And by doing that, they served as an inspiration to all of their teammates and everyone on this campus. So tonight, we'll induct a swimmer whose pool prowess earned him 11 MAC event championships and 4 school records. And don't towel off yet, because we've got another pool pioneer jumping into the hall, a 3-time MAC Swimmer of the Year. We'll also honor a track and fielder whose brute strength put himself far ahead of the competition, and a softball star whose strikeout success made her pretty okay. This class also features a hockey player whose incredible contributions will forever allow UB athletes to shoot and score, along with a football legend who was so good he made those number 46 jerseys on sale in the bookstore mean more than just the year that UB was founded. So let's get started. And to do that, we welcome Vice President and Director of Athletics, Mark Allnut.
Thank you, Paul. Always a tough act to follow. I love your speeches there, and just really thinking about today's collegiate landscape when you mentioned about all the jerseys that Khalil Mack and we sold. He's probably started asking about his NIL, so let's kind of keep that on the down low and not talk about that, okay? But again, welcome everybody. Always a tremendous event, and so thankful to have such a great crowd of people to recognize some phenomenal student athletes that excelled, on the field, swimming pool, ice, and also in the classroom, and really made us proud and really led to other opportunities, post their career here at UB. A few people to thank. I'm fortunate to work under an outstanding leader who, puts everything on to this university to be able to elevate it to a level of just levels that we've never seen here at this university. Dr. Satish Tripathi, our president, has done a phenomenal job as we have aspirations to be a top 25 public, and I know we'll be a top 25 public here in the near future. His wife, Cam Lesh, is here as well. Also from our cabinet, incredible leadership, and obviously it's been an incredible relationship I've had with Dr. Scott Weber, our provost. His wife, Joanne, is here as well. We also have Brian Hemlick, our vice president over student life, which I had the pleasure to work on that, chair that selection committee, and have him and really the ideas that he's brought to the table for all of our students, including our student athletes, to really enhance their experience here at UB has been phenomenal. And then also Kathleen Heckman, who's right now in an interim role here with our advancement, and they do a credible job, which we'll hear more about here in the near future about our Boldly Buffalo campaign, but a lot of work that her and her team puts in. So really appreciative of the leadership that's here, and also shows just the support that our leadership here on campus has for athletics. And as we move forward, we also have some special guests that were here. I know our basketball coach, George Halkovich III, was here earlier. I don't believe he's here, but he had a chance to meet and greet all of our inductees, and also all of our alumni and supporters that are here in the crowd. Vicki Mitchell, where's Vicki, our head track and field coach back there in back? Vicki, give her a hand right there. just coming off the indoor championships, just really just a pillar in our community, and really appreciative of what Vicki does, not just for our track and field student athletes, but what she does for the Western New York community. And we have a newbie here, with us who is here and told me just now that he only had a protein bar for lunch, so he was happy to have a plate of food that he can have tonight. But we have a new football coach, Pete Limbo, that's here, and we're excited to have him here as well. A few more thank yous that I have to mention here. We do have folks that are on our selection committee, and our selection committee has, hold on, I'm looking for my notes here. I apologize. I do have it. But first of all, let's talk about the Hall of Fame event committee. Melissa Tewitt, where are you? That's the first person I'm going to bring up, a person right there in the back that, regardless of who says kind of runs this thing, it's Melissa in the back that does this. Tom Simmons, Tom, where's my guy right there back in this Hall of Fame event committee? Jeremy Applegate as well. Everyone knows Jeremy. Appreciate it. Jeremy, raise your hand. And, even though I know everyone knows you. Matt Walford is probably in the back, being the wizard that's putting together the incredible videos and everything that we see. Matt Walford, and then John Fuller right there as well. Thank you guys for what you guys do. Also, our Hall of Fame selection committee, and excuse me here as I look this up, but our selection committee again is John Fuller, Eric Gross, our deputy athletics director, Kristen Murphy. Where's Kristen? Is Kristen here tonight? She's okay. Eric Alcott right there. Thank you, Eric, for what you do. Scott Hollander is here as well. Thank you, Scott. Mark Frank at our table actually serves as our FAR, does a great job for our student athletes, and being able to bridge the gap, not really a gap, but just being an advocate for athletics with our faculty. Jason Bird, outstanding former UB basketball student athlete, and then also Annalisa Calvert. So really appreciate the work that the selection committee does as we receive so many nominations, and it's their job to determine the class that we're going to put together. And what an incredible class. As Paul mentioned, we have folks that kind of span, various sports, but people who excelled at the highest level. And they're going to be introduced, one by one here as they come up. But, Mike Dugan, incredible swimmer for us that, as you heard the accolades from Paul, definitely worthy of this. Brittany Curse, right there at this table as well, another swimmer. Tori Speckman, what she did on the diamond for softball, being able to throw all those strikeouts, that's incredible. Rob, again, the second best thrower, in the history of this sport. Obviously the first was a national championship, but what you did in your career here is definitely phenomenal. And then Toonie, I tell you, Toonie Murchie is a person that is also a dear friend, of mine. A person that played the sport of hockey, and a person that is just so committed, to this place. When I say this place, this university, but also our athletics department, and just the generosity of the family that really makes us be able to perform at a high level. So we thank you. Obviously, receiving our Lifetime Achievement Award. We couldn't do a lot of things without the generosity of you and your family. So really appreciate all that you do, Toonie. And then last but not least, And last but not least, we talked about jerseys of a certain number 46 that put UB football, literally on the map for his performance on the field, especially performance against Ohio State years ago. Unfortunately, he's not with us. He's in Singapore, as you will find out here, spending some time with his family. But Khalil Mack is a name there that continues to represent UB. From his time with the Bears, and obviously with the Chargers now, just a person that is, when you see what he's doing, and even from a recruiting standpoint, I know from a football standpoint, what you do here at UB, it can also transcend to the next level, and Khalil is a prime example of that, and so honored to be able to recognize him and induct him in the Hall of Fame. Last but not least, the Mill, incredible, 3 pillars in terms of what they do, great partnership with them, the chicken, the fish, the vegetarian dish, so thank you guys for your service as well. And then also couldn't do this without our facility folks, to be able to set up and be able to break this down. So we have an incredible basketball game tomorrow against Toledo. So I think I've spoken way too much, and let's turn on people that really are here that we're going to honor, recognize, and they deserve opportunity to share a little bit about their journey. So with that being said, let the festivities begin, Paul. Thank you.
All right, when the boss says get it moving onto the stars of the night, I'm going to get it moving. So we're going to begin with our first inductee, swimming star Mike Dugan.
Mike Dugan was a standout on the men's swimming and diving team from 2011 to 2014. He was a three-time All-MAC first-team selection, and in 2014 was the conference's outstanding senior swimmer. He was a two-time MAC champion in the 50 free and 100 fly, as well as a member of the three-time MAC champion 400 free relay and two-time MAC champion 200 free relay. He also won a MAC title in the 800 free relay and 200 medley relay. The Rotterdam, New York native holds the school record in the 50 free, as well as the 200, 400, and 800 free relay. Dugan helped the Bulls win the 2011 MAC championship. Congratulations, Mike Dugan, to Hall of Fame.
Please welcome to the podium and into the UB Athletics Hall of Fame, Mike Dugan.
I have a whole bunch of thank yous to hand out tonight. First and foremost, I have to thank the athletic department. Not only for this honor, which is a huge honor, but for all that you do behind the scenes to help make all the athletes, all the thousands of athletes that come through these doors successful. So thank you for all that you do. I know you guys put in a lot of work. Thank you. Thank you to the coaches. Unfortunately, Andy and the rest of the swim team are away at Women's Max right now, but I have so much appreciation for everything that Andy and all the assistant coaches and the grad assistants who have trained me. I myself right now, for the last 10 years, I've been a club swim coach, and it's not easy. I know how much work they put in. I made this joke 10 years ago when I gave a speech, but if there's anything worse than having to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and swimming, it's waking up at 5:30 in the morning and having to watch people swim. So a big thank you to Andy and the rest of the coaches for pushing me past my limits and for training me to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. Thank you to my strength coaches, to Nate and to Gino. They did a whole lot for me, and I really appreciate all the work that they put in. And a big thank you to Gino especially. When I was training for 2016 Olympic trials, he was more than generous to help train me. So a huge thank you to Nate and Gino. Thank you to our athletic trainers, John Ward especially. When I had tendinitis and when I broke my wrist, they did so much for me to help me be successful. And to our academic athletic advisors, as a Division I athlete, I think it's very easy to forget that there's academics to think about. And Pat Wilson and the rest of the advisors did such a great job to help me stay on track and be successful. And then finally, I have to thank my parents and my family for all the times that they would drive me to practice back in middle school and high school. Even the practices at 5:30 and 6 in the morning, to all the swim meets that were out of town, out of state, or across the country. I would not be the swimmer nor the man I am today without all of their love and support. So thank you, and go Bulls.
Congratulations, Mike. Well, it's time to jump back into the pool for our next inductee, swimmer Brittany Curris.
Brittany Curris had a dominant career in the pool from 2011 to 2014. A member of the women's swimming and diving team, Curris was the Mid-American Conference Swimmer of the Year in 2012, 2013, and 2014, and named the conference's Outstanding Swimmer in 2014. Curris was a three-time MAC champion in the 100 free, 200 free, and 200 individual medley. She was also a three-time MAC champion in the 400 free relay and twice a MAC champion in the 200 and 800 free relays. Curris is a school record holder in the 200 free and 200 IM, as well as the pool record holder in the 100 free. Congratulations, Brittany Curris, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Brittany, come on up and claim your rightful place in the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Thank you. This is quite the honor. I think that might be an understatement. I just want to say a resounding thank you to my family. That goes without saying. To my coaches, from the first coach that I had when I was 9 years old, whose house I actually bought now as an adult, full circle moment. All the behind the scenes athletics staff, support, academics, my professors, professors that were very patient with me during the season that we were tapering, and I just had way too much energy. So very thankful for everyone who supported me on this journey. But mostly, I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to really advocate, as you know, I am so fortunate to have been a student athlete, and in working with so many people today, to come out of school debt-free with both a bachelor's and a master's degree is rare, and I am doing that because of swimming. So I think of all the athletes, the student athletes that have had this opportunity, and many who are no longer able to have this opportunity because of sports that have been canceled. Men's swimming and diving, baseball, men's soccer, and the rowing team. Hopefully someday we can focus back and help offer this opportunity to those student athletes as well. But thank you.
Thank you, Brittany, and congratulations to Brittany and Mike. I don't know if there's any other swimming records that anybody else is ever going to hold here at UB after the amount of records that the two of them do. Incredible careers. Congratulations to them. Our next inductee is track and field star and shot put sensation, Rob Golubeck.
Rob Golubeck is one of the most decorated shot putters in UB history. A two-time All-American, he was the 2010, 2011, and 2012 Outdoor MAC champion, as well as the 2011 Indoor MAC champion in the shot put. A three-time All-MAC first-team selection, Golubeck won every shot put event during the 2012 Indoor and Outdoor MAC seasons. Golubeck was named the 2011 Northeast Region Field Athlete of the Year and the 2012 UB Male Athlete of the Year. A native of Hamburg, New York, Golubeck reached the finals of the 2012 U.S. Track and Field Olympic Trials, placing 8th in the shot put. Congratulations, Rob Golubeck, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Rob, come on up here and claim your spot in the UB Athletics Hall of Fame. Rob Golombek, everyone.
It's just as nerve-wracking as I expected, just to let you know. First of all, I wanted to thank the University of Buffalo for everything that they've given us, mostly that being as an opportunity. As all the athletes have stated, we're all very grateful for the opportunity and the chance. It really means a lot. I want to thank the administration, the staff, all of our advisors, the people behind the scenes that made everything work for us, so that kind of freed us up to do the things that we were here to do and keep us focused on the things that we have to do. Being born and raised in Buffalo, New York, I actually grew up right down the street in Highgate. So I grew up playing on these same fields and using the same equipment that ended up getting me on the stage tonight as a child. So it's kind of a full circle moment to have grown up here and now finally being here. So it's just a really cool thing to think back to. I really want to take a second to thank the people here at my table. My parents, my best friend Jake, my best friend Steve, my college coach, Coach Jenkins. I transferred into UB and I went into Coach Jenkins' office and I was an ineligible freshman, meaning my GPA was so low that I could not compete. And Kelly Cruttenden can vouch for that. And Coach Jenkins, I sat in his office and he looked me in the eyes. He goes, "Why should I give you a chance?" And I said, "You shouldn't." But I said, "If you do, you'll never regret it." And I get emotional thinking about that because everybody here gave me a chance. My coach, Jim Garnham Sr., he gave me a chance to compete. I was a small guy out there, and every competition we went to, he always believed that there was a little bit more fight in me than the other people. And it worked out pretty well. I want to thank Nate, my strength coach, who literally built me into the person to handle all the things that my coaches put on me. There's no possible way that I'd be here without them and their support. So I want to thank you guys for starting off with me, sticking with me, and never giving up on me. To my wife, Nicole, my son, Bo, and my daughter, Isabella, I love you guys. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. And thank you for all of you being here. Go Bulls.
Okay, I know everyone's expecting Paul Peck, but as we take a brief intermission here between inducting the current inductees, I just want to recognize our former inductees who are here in the crowd tonight, starting with Ronald Balter, right there in front of us. Tony Polakar, where's Tony? Right there in the back. And I tell you, what an incredible table to the back left of nothing but just Hall of Famers, esteemed gentlemen, young lady as well that's back there, but the entire table is full of UB Hall of Famers. Some folks have done some incredible stuff, starting with Kevin Brinkworth. Kevin. O-line, coaching great, former football student athlete, Mouse McNally. Don Gilbert. Charlie Tyrone. We got two great doctors, Doc Bob Smolinski, Claudia Foskett, right there. Thank you all. Back to the programming.
Good job, Mark. Mouse McNally would have never let you hear the end of it if you didn't give him the shout out there. So way to go. That is a star-studded table if there ever was one in the back corner. Good to see all those guys. Well, our next inductee is, and probably always will be, the most famous athlete in UB history. And that's because no one has done it as well as Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack is arguably the greatest football player in UB history. The Bulls linebacker was a three-time All-MAC first-team selection. As a senior in 2013, he was the MAC Defensive Player of the Year, the Jack Lambert Trophy winner, and an All-American selection. He holds the school record for career sacks with 28.5, career tackles for loss with 75, and career forced fumbles with 16. In addition, he is the NCAA career record holder for both tackles for loss and forced fumbles. He was the 5th overall pick of the 2014 NFL Draft and has had a standout career, playing for the Raiders, Bears, and Chargers. A 10-year pro, Mack is an 8-time Pro Bowl selection and has been named first-team All-Pro 4 times. Congratulations, Khalil Mack, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Khalil could not be here tonight as he's overseas winding down from his 10th NFL season, but he did send us this video message.
Hey, what's going on, UB fam? This is Khalil Mack. This is my son, Khalil Mack Jr., my guy. I just want to say, send an extensive thank you to my UB family for this a tremendous honor. It means so much to me and my family to know the Mack legacy can live on in the UB Buffalo community. It's a tremendous honor for me and my family, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you guys so much again. Don't want to be long-winded in this video, but something that we forever be indebted to you guys for, and thankful for. Stop trying to repeat me, kid. Love you guys, and thank you again.
Thank you again.
Bye-bye.
Coach Lembo, feel free to offer that young man in the video right now. He'll look great in the class of 2037 in blue and white. Don't even hesitate. I think there's some bloodlines there that I'm sure you'll know all about. But that was amazing, and we're disappointed Khalil couldn't be here, but it was good to hear from him, and the impact that he has made on this university, I think, will live on for an awful long time. Well, it may be hard to top that, but our next inductee, she can do it. She struck out batters like Khalil Mack sacked quarterbacks. It's softball star Tori Speckman.
Tori Speckman was a force on the mound for the UB softball team. She is the program's career leader in wins with 48, and her 530 strikeouts and 14 career shutouts rank second in program history. Her 3.07 career ERA is third. A workhorse on the mound, Speckman is the program's career leader in games pitched with 143, games started with 95, and innings pitched with nearly 650. She is the school record holder in single-season wins with 22 and single-season strikeouts with 228. She threw 2 of the 4 no-hitters in program history, both coming in 2014, the year she helped the Bulls advance to the MAC championship game. Speckman was a 2-time All-MAC selection. Congratulations, Tori Speckman, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Tori, we expect that same determination and look on your face in those videos when you come up here for your acceptance speech. Tori Speckman, everyone.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for being here. I was a little girl throwing ball in Houston, Texas. I never thought I'd end up in Buffalo, New York, but I thank God that I did. It was a blessing. It was an honor. I want to thank UB Athletics, first of all, for just the opportunity, the experience, the lessons. It was amazing, and I really want to thank, obviously, the administration, like they said, the academic support, but I really want to focus in on the athletic trainers. I don't know if you heard, but one of my records is innings pitched and games played, and that really broke me down. And so those trainers just become invaluable when you're playing that much and having that much work put on your body. I think at one point we had a microwave going into the dugouts with us, so I could have heating pads on me in between innings. But so thank you to our trainers. They do a lot of work. My coaches, my teammates, thank you. And then I have to thank my parents. Obviously, I wouldn't be here without you guys. I have 3 little ones of my own now, and we're embarking on our first T-ball season. And we walked away from the first game, and I just thought, thank you so much for everything that you did, all the work that you put in. It takes a lot. So any of you who are parents of athletes, you know that it's a lot of work. So I thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of everything that you did for me. So thank you guys. It's an honor, and I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Our final inductee is an amazing man, father, and businessman. It's his deep love for UB that's taken this program to new heights. He does all of that with modesty and without fanfare. Although on this campus, only no parking is on more buildings than the name Murchie.
Toonie Murchie is a 1975 graduate of UB with a degree in management and also earned his MBA from UB in 1976. He played hockey for the Bulls from 1971 to 73 and was an assistant coach with the program in 1974 under fellow Hall of Famer Ed Wright. Murchie and his family have been instrumental in improving UB's athletic facilities. Their transformational financial gifts over the years have allowed UB to upgrade the practice facility and alumni arena, build new offices and meeting spaces in UB Stadium, construct the Murchie Family Fieldhouse, which opened in 2019, as well as a state-of-the-art sports performance center scheduled to open later this year. It is a lifetime achievement recognition for Murchie and his family for what they have meant to UB athletics. Congratulations, Toonie Murchie, the newest member of the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
I am proud to say, for maybe the first time in my UB career, to ask everyone to welcome Toonie Murchie to a podium. Toonie, please come up, and we welcome you into the UB Athletics Hall of Fame.
Well, I guess I'm going to be a little honest with you here. I find it very difficult standing up in front of a group of professional people like yourself, and decided I'd get some advice on maybe I could deal with that. I came up with 3 ideas. I first talked to Paul Peck to ask him if he could give me some advice. His response to me was, "Murch, you got no shot." Then I went to somebody that I think is an outstanding public speaker, Mark Allnett. His response was, "Practice." The last option I had, actually there was 2 more options. I could very politely ask everybody to turn their chairs and face the back wall. But I didn't think that would be polite. But the final thing came to my mind, and when I found out my coach was going to be here, I decided to go ask him and get some advice. And I want you to know what he said. This is my coach. He said, "Hey, Murchie, you chicken shit, get up there. I want you to know, and also I want you to know you're on your own." Then I thought back about 50 years when we used to practice and play games, and maybe we weren't on our best game day. and there's quite a few of the team that's here tonight, so you can check with them. When we weren't working that hard, or hard as he felt we should be, he'd use that word a lot, chicken shit. He would say it to all of us, and I guess there's some things that never change. So, Coach, thanks for the advice. All kidding aside, thank you very much for the kind recognition. It's an honor to be included in a very special group of alumni, but I have to set the record straight by saying this is not a me or Toonie Murchie award. It's an us award, all of us. All of you have contributed to my journey in life one way or another. When I was recruited to play UB many years ago. Now I'm going to shift attention from me standing up here to some of you out there. I ask you to stand, tip your cap, wave your hand, so people get to know you. If they don't already, they will find out who you are. My first and foremost is my coach, Edward L. Wright, who started my career at UB. And I want you to know Coach Wright's journey was 100 times more difficult than mine. He was a star at Boston University and an icon after 40 years service at UB. I played 3 years for the Coach Wright and assisted him with Dr. Bert Rubin in my graduate year. The coach rescued me from being a 3-shift steelworker like my dad due to the fact that I was not in a position to fund a formal education. After it was all said and done, there was never a day that went by that I wish I could have given more to Coach Wright. Coaches' careers are always in jeopardy and based on success and player performance. I did not realize that when I was young and selfish. After we had discussions, we both came to terms with the past. I will never forget you for what you jeopardized for me, Coach, and I thank you. From an educational standpoint, I had 2 exceptional people who both used to come to the games and took an interest in me. They were from the School of Management and assisted me in my journey. They were Dr. Walter Kuntz and Valdemar Innes. They helped me with my immaturity, gave me direction, and when I finished graduate school, they helped me focus on job opportunities they felt I could dominate. Thank you both. I would like to thank Dee for providing me the 4 great kids, 2 of which are here tonight. Brittany, right here, is my red-haired stick of dynamite, who truly is the love of my life. Also, if you look closely, she is about to have her first baby. Then there's Nevin, and we used to call him Nevin. Nevin. I'm going to warn you, there are 2 Nevins. One who is nice and fun, and the other one who's not so nice and sometimes outright nasty. I guess that's what makes him a good attorney. By the way, which Nevin is here tonight? My children were a very important part of my life and motivated me through my journey. I wanted to be a good provider and reward them with things that I did not have in my youth. I can't forget my 2 very best friends who are here tonight. We have enjoyed each other's friendship for over 35 years. They're Mr. Bob Rivet and a very sharp and classy lady, Maureen Convery-Passero. Both assisted me in staying out of trouble and helped me place my two older sons, Scott and Brent, when they were playing junior hockey in Canada. I have one very special colleague here tonight that I've worked with for over 37 years. You probably know him by name, Mr. Bill Height. His journey started at 9 years old, driving a tractor or swather on his family farm in Western Canada. At 15 years old, he left home to live with a family and play for the Saskatoon Blades. In his draft year, he was selected and played 15 years with the Buffalo Sabres organization. Also, I want you to know, Bill played when you were taking your life in your hands every game. He was selected two-time All-Star in the NHL and has continued to be a star at LPC, building his own business in Western Canada from scratch with very little direction. Bill, I thank you for your contributions. It made my journey much easier. There is one other person that thought he could slip through my radar that I want to give an honorable mention to. His name is Mike Kelly. He's a former teammate of mine and also assisted Coach Wright after he graduated. Mike established a lifelong career in professional hockey in Europe, the Ontario Hockey League Association, and the NHL. I worked for Mike for 10 years as an amateur scout. Mike taught me two very important fundamentals in my journey. How to build a winner, which I utilized at LPC, and that good, fair, honest, trustworthy people do exist in the hockey business, and that is applicable in any business. Thank you, Mike. You're a great example of that. Finally, my 50-year relationship with UB has been impeccable. I have had the pleasure of dealing with our Vice President and Director of Athletics, Mr. Mark Allnut, who maintain and develop a group of true professionals within the athletic department. It all started with John Lambert and further developed with exceptional people like Eric Gross, Nate Wills, Jeremy Applegate, and the latest addition, Tommy Simmons. This outstanding group has presented to me excellent opportunities that will benefit students and athletes, both male and female. These benefits go to UB students who we don't know and will probably never meet. There was never any pressure or demands of how much or how little, and it turned out to be a wonderful experience over the years. I want to strongly recommend any UB alum to consider this, especially if you want to acknowledge this as where your journey began. I've had good fortune in surrounding myself and learning from great people. I thank you so very much in your patience in listening to me. And I've got one last thing to say. Go Bulls!
Who would have ever imagined in the same year as a total eclipse, we would see Toonie Murchie dazzle us at a podium? Well done, Mr. Murchie. I am so impressed. I'm going to ask him if he wants to come on at halftime of the basketball game on the TV broadcast tomorrow. I know what he's going to say, but boy, would he be our get of the year if he would agree to do it. Well done, Toonie. We never doubted that there was an orator deep inside there that was going to dazzle a room. Congratulations. What an amazing night this has been, celebrating a group of incredible athletes and incredible people. So let's give a nice round of applause to all of our new inductees. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your support of UB Athletics and all the student athletes who wear the blue and white. We will see you at the basketball game when the Bulls pull off the upset of the year and beat Toledo tomorrow afternoon. Until then, good night and go Bulls. If we can get all of our inductees to gather over here at the podium to the right of the stage for a group picture.